Well, hello stargazers, 27th of May, my recording for YouTube, Soul Whispers. I'm Liz Marshall. Some of you know that already. Some of you may never have seen me before. And my little network of friends is slowly growing, so that's nice, it's encouraging. If I can help just one person, it's, job done really, isn't it? So why am I here? What am I doing today? I don't really know. So I will endeavour to complete a reading, several cards, and talk a little bit about astrological weather. And if you followed me lots of times, you know that sometimes that can be interrupted with lots of things. I've got lots to drink today, so I've got a cup of tea, a glass of water, which I feel I need. And I don't know about, I haven't written much on my board, and I don't know how everyone else is feeling at the moment, but energy is high, isn't it? So on Sunday, well, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, we've got a micro blue full moon in Sagittarius. Is that a biggie? Well, yes and no. It's a set pattern. We've been on this journey for quite some time now, haven't we? It's felt quite huge at times, and the readings have been interesting, haven't they? But I think this one is probably the one in the middle of quite a lot that's going on. So you may have felt yourself have sudden awakenings to things that, your awareness has expanded without warning. You're suddenly like, whoa, where did that all come from? That you're paying more attention to the core of you. And I don't mean physical core on its own. I mean your soul core, your truth, your personality. You'll have new perspectives on what you think and feel, quite different to where you've been before. And on the 28th, tomorrow, don't be surprised if you kind of feel that there's an unmasking of so much stuff. And since a little girl, I've been able to see beyond people's masks, and it's a word that's talked about quite a lot. I've got a lot of flies in here today. I did have a fly swat earlier. It's been a real pain this year so far. We've got bags up outside to try and lure the flies away, but I think it's just so many, just awful. The year of the fly. I've got a theory on that in a minute. I might discuss it. But the mask thing, Ram Dass talks a lot about masks, saying that that we have a persona, don't we? An ego, a personality, and it often masks the truth of our core. So allow your core to shine through. You don't need to wear your mask at the moment. And don't confuse the revealing of taking the mask off with being woke. It's not the same thing. I think when we remove our mask, we show our vulnerability, definitely, but we also show our truth. And the truth also shouldn't be confused with self-limiting core beliefs that we've learnt as children from adults that are learning themselves. And there's a lot of that going on, and we've probably given too much emphasis and energy on creating that which doesn't need to be. Do you know what I mean? Giving things labels. And I'm thinking about, probably more so neurodivergent type personalities that all have really special, unique, quite remarkable skills, gifts, and light that is dampened by a label. Often doesn't give any support around that. My voice keeps going today. I've checked my throat chakra, hence wearing the turquoise. It says it's open and spinning in the right direction, but I think there is a feeling at the moment of saying less is more. So I might shut up on that now. Saying less is more. If you think it, you don't have to say it. Yeah. And Venus and Saturn are doing their dance, or have been for the week. And they're now kind of allowing us to level up to a new life level. And it could be, you don't have to say everything at the moment. And Sagittarius being in the full moon, I think it's time to just let it all go. Let all the shit go. Drop all the bags. Go and ground yourself. I went and grounded myself earlier, just now, with a glass of water and my trusty amethyst. And I just let my intention be known. Let a load of stuff go. I let the wind take it. There wasn't any wind. And then there was just like this gentle breeze I could feel. The cats turned up. And one of them was quite insistent on me giving her some attention. And I always think if the cats show up when you're doing a bit of energy work, that's a good sign. So take notice of the things that are around you. You don't need to seek people to tell you what's going on. It actually came up on the television this morning, actually. You don't need it. You're capable of doing it. You're capable of doing and being so much more than you limit yourself to. Right, on that note, let's start doing a reading. So I've got my little, what is this one? This crystal, it's green seraphinite. So I call him Seraphim. He's lovely and he helps me a lot. So he's come in as reinforcement today to keep us on track. We've got a beautiful flint that's got a good hole in it for scrying and sending intention. I shall use this weekend. It just feels right. It's got a huge opening, actually. I think I've got a lot to put through this at this full moon, blue full moon. It's a blue moon because it's 2 in 1 month. And then I shall also be putting out, I've got quite a few rose quartz, but certain times of the year when this is feeling full, it looks like Turkish delight and you could eat it. The love stone. If you need a bit of love in your life, get yourself some rose quartz. It's great for healing. So if you've had prolonged illness and that kind of thing, and it heats up, you can put it in the bed and it kind of goes like it feels cool at the moment, but it kind of goes like a hot water bottle because it takes your heat as well. Yeah, I've slept with quartz in my bed lots, actually. And then of course my beautiful, I adore this because it kind of feels like a wand in a way. Amethyst. It's got beautiful colours going right the way through it. It's very powerful and it's quite the job for doing what I need to do. And I did smudge today as well, so I went round and did some sage smudging to just clear any stagnant energy moving forward. Anywhere you've got water, and I think there must be, I need to check it out, but I couldn't find anything to do with it. Neptune is water, isn't it? And I think there is a bit of a nod to Neptune and water spaces clearing out. I think it's just because water can magnify a lot of stuff. See, Elizabeth hasn't written anything about Neptune, unless I just keep missing it. Mercury comes up quite a bit. Pluto. Nothing to do with Neptune, but there was something to do with Neptune last month, wasn't there? Let me just have a look in this a minute. Oh, there's not enough on there. Neptune. No. So I think the Neptune, Sunday the 24th of May, the Sun and Neptune stir higher knowing. I think it's residual from that. Honour the master within, soul's wisdom. Yeah. Right. A little impromptu there. I'm going to start off with the Sun Oracle, only because the new moon is on Sunday. Not new moon, full moon is on Sunday. So I think we could just honour the sun a bit this time, because there's been a lot, hasn't there? A lot of heat, a lot of talk about sun, a lot of talk about weather. Ooh, okay. Lively. So, considering it's been so hot, I haven't really had weaving. 22. Weaving. Yeah, I haven't had a lot, touch wood, haven't had a lot of trouble with the sun at the moment. I always get a bit twitchy because the sheep want to get out when it's really sunny and hot. But we moved them in the cool of the day, in the evening. It was quite pantomime really, but sometimes when we're playing around with sheep, it just goes all lovely and I can take lovely videos. This time, yeah, we'll park that. No time for videoing. 22, weaving. What does that say? What does that say? Pavatar. Don't know what that means. Right. 22. So this is Stacey DeMarco, Queen of the Sun Oracle. 22. Here we go. Might need my little light on today, unless the glasses are dirty. No, they're all right. I've got one good eye, you see. So okay. Yeah, Pavatar. Weaving. Everything is connected, isn't it just? Energy is never lost, but transferred. That's interesting, because I was doing a lot of that work this morning. Know when it is best to be alone or to form a community. Trust yourself and the process. Weave your skills together to form something unique and valuable. I am part of the interconnectedness of life. Yes. Yes. It's interesting, because I've done a lot of energy work this morning. It felt needed. And that's what came through, the connectedness. You know, like you've got your earth, wind, fire, water. That's all connected. And then you've got your plant life, your beings that live here. That's all connected. And then it links on, doesn't it? Our planets are all connected. Our universes are all connected. But we only kind of see what's right in front of us, or what's in our own head, particularly if your chakras aren't open and spinning in the right direction. So that gets blocked, and then you're just in your head, and then your heart gets disconnected. Yeah. So if you can, and you are able, or you know someone that can help you, highly recommend doing some chakra work, just to make sure that the flow, the energy in your core is able to move and shift, because what comes in goes out, and then it comes round again and comes back in. So it's like this ever moving energy. And then you think you've got your work flow, your social life flow, your financial flow, your nutrient flow. There's a thing. How much food are you eating that is stifling the flow of energy? How many heavy metals are you ingesting? How many microplastics, pesticides, saturated fats? An interesting thing, hubby and I were doing some shopping at the weekend. I've downloaded the Ivy app. Not a plug, I don't get anything for doing the Ivy app. It was just really interesting to me. I wanted to know. I'm a very curious being, and I like to have information so I can make informed choice. Public health nurse in me. So there I was in the supermarket, putting everything through the scanner to see whether it stacked up as truly being healthy. No. Even the I need a tissue now. I knew I would do. It's hay fever season, isn't it? I should be all right. even the ice creams, the what are claimed to be good quality ice creams made from real dairy, not from whipped up toxic oils, that was coming out really bad, with heavy metals, pesticides, plastics, food you wouldn't want to put into your body. And then people wonder why they get sick. And when you actually look at all the food in the supermarket, there's probably 2 aisles, isn't there, that's got natural produce on that hasn't got anything else added to it. And then all the rest of it have got a zillion things on the ingredients. So, yeah, we are everything. So if you're spending all of your time watching news and reels and stuff about how awful everything is, and you're ingesting all of that chemical food that's not actually nutritional, and you live in an environment that's got too many fumes and dust and noise, how can you just be? Seriously, how can you just be? Are you able to go and find some green space, take your socks and shoes off, stand there with a glass of water, not bottled water, bring it in a glass bottle from home if you have to through your filtering machine, and then just breathe and just kick back, let it go, unmask, pay attention, listen to the new perspectives, expand your awareness, accept your sudden awakenings to things. And then the shift happens, because then what happens is the rest of that rubbish isn't acceptable anymore. That's what I truly believe as an individual. But we all make our own informed choice, don't we not? Do we not? And the sun at the moment, there's nothing unusual about the sun that we've had. We have this every now and again. Yes, we are warming up. Have we had a part to play in that? Probably, if you look at it from a broader perspective. But would we naturally be warming up anyway? Yeah, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Which is worse? Probably going to arrive at the same point anyway. Might be just a bit earlier. Right. Cool. That's a deep dive. Okay, so Pravatar is the illuminous goddess of the sun in Finnish mythology. Okay. Often referred to as the Lady Sun. Nice. Mythology often referred to the Lady Sun, Pravatar, is the personification of the sun. She has a magical image, is supremely beautiful, and a weaver of light itself. She takes the sun's brightness, or brightest silver, hot light, and weaves it into shining yarn, which is then woven into magical clothing. In the Kavala, the original book of mythos, she even weaves gowns for young maidens who have no wedding or spring dresses. In some references, she is also the creator of the element of fire, bringing forth from the sun. Pravatar is considered the goddess of life, just like the sun is, and was worshipped all year round, but particularly at the return of the sun after the winter and midsummer. Companion stone or metal, platinum. Wow, okay, I like that. Pravatar. Right, Akashic Records. So I had a bit of Akashic record work to do this morning from old ancestral stuff that was stuck in my energy from when I was 1 and 12. How do I know? Because I asked. It's quite interesting how I end up able to ask. What's going on here? I use a kinetic sway, and I knew there was some stuck energy that keep, you know, patterns that keep. I keep getting the cards given today. 19, which adds up to 20, which is another 2. So we've got 3 2s in a row now, and that was given, and it's called reflection, and it's a full moon. And I've got a feeling I know what this is about. Do you feel, this might be just me at the moment, but I feel as if everything that I'm doing, there's a copy of it. You know, if I go left or go right, then it follows me. This kind of duality of something, an extra spirit, dare I say, or is it a copy of my path that is illuminating itself, showing me? I don't know, but I've had an awareness of it now for a little while, and it's showing up in friends where we don't even live near each other, but things are showing up in parallel to our lives. They're living a totally different life to me, but in the communication that we have, you can see there's a duality showing up, which is mind-blowing, actually. So my Akashic record this morning was something that had been passed on from, I'm going to take that one because it's sticking out, passed on from my maternal grandmother. Yeah. Well, it's been released. Well, I hope it has. I'll check in and make sure it has, but it's very long, deep-seated, and it has that ability to go over onto female lines. So it's going to be an interesting 5 minutes. It's giving me something to ask for on the blue moon anyway. Eight of roses. Community. We'll look at that in a minute. Right, so first of all, we need 19, don't we? Reflections. 19 reflections. 19 reflections, okay. Upright. A full moon shines brightly over a quiet lake as a small ship glides gently through the water. The glow of the ship's lantern is reflected in the lake's surface along... Did I bring that out? No. I nearly brought... I might go back and get it now. That I nearly picked up my lantern deck. And I thought, no, I think I did that last time. So I'll get it for the next card, I think, after this one. Okay. Reflected in the lake's surface along with the moonlight from above. This card can sometimes show a trip, particularly a trip over water. More important, it can reveal that you now have a direct line to your psychic gifts, awakening, awareness, new perspectives. Yeah, we've already mentioned that, haven't we? You are also more aware of your emotions and more reflective about them. You recognise the differences between your intuitive voice, which is calm and assured, and your lower emotional compulsions, which are... I said about being quiet too, didn't I? Not having to verbalise everything. Urgent and sometimes fear-based. Let yourself gain even greater clarity and control over your emotions now. Yeah, no heat at the moment. This is it might be a micro moon because it's a long way away, but don't be fooled. Sagittarius, you know, shoots an arrow, so it's going to be precision. Yeah, don't mess with it. Don't think you can get away with shouting your mouth off and not having to suffer the consequence. And I've got this brewing, so I've got to this weekend. Emotions now. This also would be a great time for you to take classes in meditation, psychic development, counselling, healing, and other psychological and spiritual arts if you have such an interest. Your yin side is wide open and your perceptivity is high. Trust your inner voice and you will be guided to greatness. That's what I already read out, isn't it? So again, they're giving us the green light to go. So sudden awakening, expanding awareness, pay attention to your core, so chakras and all the rest of it, and look for new perspectives. Venus and Saturn, new life, levelling up. And 28th, the marks, you'll see behind people's masks. They won't be able to hide anymore. Right, so number 8 now. Oh no, that was 8 of roses, wasn't it? Scrolls. Roses, 8. 4, 6, oh, it's forces. Roses, let's go back that way. Yeah, 7, 8. Right, and these were given to us quite quickly. Sangara community, 8 of roses, upright. Inside a room, people are seated around a table, conversing with interest and energy. There are many icons from different groups and societies. Flies. I wonder what's. It might be my fruit that's attracting them in here. Actually, put a cover over that in a minute. I've also got the door open. But I haven't got any windows open. There's suddenly just a lot appeared. I haven't got a window open. No. There are many icons and different groups and societies. A what? A I can't say it. CADUCEUS. Cadius. A cadius, a sunflower, a Tibetan bell, and I've probably said that really wrong, but you can correct me if you like. Tibetan bell and an Egyptian scarab, a dream catcher and a Star of David are just a few. What? Is it on there? Is it? Where's the Star of David? I'm sure it is all on there, but it's not something that I can see very clearly. I don't know if you can. I can see the scarab, I think. I can't see a Star of David, though. Anyway, let's read on. View. This card indicates that it is time to join or rejoin your group, your ashram, your tribe, or your sangha. Whatever you call it, it's a community that connects you with others of like-minded purpose and activity. There are many communities in each person's life, and still more that return from past lives. For instance, you have your family, friends, and work associates, but you also have the people with whom you share many creative, cultural, and spiritual purposes. New friends can also become in your way at this time. Be open to these new connections. You'll not only find help with current directives, but you may also reawaken past life relationships, talents, and disciplines. It's time for a happy stirring of your discoveries. Oh, I quite like that. So get out there, find yourself a new group to attend to, strike up conversations with people, and just allow your energy to connect to somebody different. Why not? I like that. Right, I was going to get the lantern now, wasn't I? We need a bit of light on the subject. Lantern Oracle. So the Akashic record is by Sharon Ann Klingler and Sandra Ann Taylor. Akashic Tarot. I quite like that deck, actually. This is the Lantern Oracle by Angelina Mirabito, yeah. Beautiful, these ones. It's just a lovely deck, actually. So let's, leaving half of it behind. Let's see if there's any more to know about that lantern in the moonlight, on the boat, on the lake. Duality, perhaps? Let's have a look. Duality and reflections. We're all encouraged to do reflective work now, aren't we? But sometimes we need to get a glimpse of ourselves in order to be reflective. So it may be that somebody has really irritated you lately, and then you realise the irritation is something that you need to sort out yourself. And it could be in reverse. So it could be somebody that really, really annoys you, but they annoy you because they do things that you would never do, and then you have to reflect on how and why that's triggering you. Okay, what have we got? 35, which is 8 again, isn't it? Presence of abuse. What does it say underneath? Hold what is absent in the presence of your love. Hold what is... Oh, presence of... Not abuse. Where did that come from? Presence of absence. Not abuse. Hold what is absent in the presence of your love. Oh, this is loss. This is somebody's loss. Right, okay. And it adds up to 8. Okay. So it's infinity, isn't it? 8. We've had 2 8s and we've had 3 2s. Okay, so lantern on the water on a full moon. The veil is quite thin at the moment as well. But that Venus and Saturn energy, sudden awakening and awareness, somebody may get a visit from a loved one that allows them to realise that they can be a clairaudient, voyant, yeah. You might hear something, see something, smell something. Just listen to what you feel, I guess. Because they do visit, especially if they think that you need a little back rub. So 35 we're looking for, aren't we? 35. A spiritual back rub. I bet you'd all freak out if you ever got one. Okay. Yeah, presence of absence, not presence of abuse. I don't know where that came from in my little head. Anyway, so perhaps there's something to be revealed in a minute in another card. So it is easy to fill out your thoughts with the loss of loved ones, missed opportunities and regrets. My watch is now coming off, which means that it's going to keep flashing green lights everywhere. Green light to go. Yeah. Our hearts can become so overwhelmed with what is no longer or never has been part of our life, that we lost sight of our present. This can be especially so with regrets around the things that we did not say, try or do. All that we can never change about our regrets is what we do with our grief in the present. Loss is a kind of death. When we lose or do not attain something we deeply value, something of ourselves dies or remains absent along with it. At some point, we have to learn to live on and find ways to genuinely fulfill our present without this cherished person, place, attainment or situation. The empty space where what we still love had been or would be can be painful to confront. We can either fill the empty space with who and what is absence, like a crone who sets the dinner table with photos, and become absent ourselves, or we can find a way to breathe ourselves back into life. Rather than miss the opportunities to live, we can honour and acknowledge what haunts us with gratitude for whatever was and is no longer, or was not and may never be. The life that we thought we were going to have that never arrived, or the people that we thought would stay in our lives that needed to go. Or the feeling of our own presence that needs to be removed from a situation, I guess. We can use whatever was or was not to enrich how we approach living each moment to the fullest. The absence has a lesson for us. It would not have made up part of our path if it did not. It is up to us to uncover the insights and use it harmoniously. Alternatively, it may be that you resonate with this card at a level where you find that it is you who has been absent throughout your life. I know who that would fit. It may be that you have lost a lot of your youth, the opportunity to make something of your life. Take heart in knowing that you are not alone. Your path, we had that last time about not being alone, didn't we? In the last reading. Your path has gifted you with an alternative set of inner resources, insights and tools. To explore the value of them will illuminate a personalised way to the other side of the pain, and how to create a meaningful and fulfilling life from it. Regardless of the source of your prolonged grief, the featured crone loves and supports you to move beyond the loss, suspending your life or aspects of it. She cautions you to avoid the potential of grief to consume the rest of your life by compromising your capacity to be present in it. Of course, To mourn any loss is essential and needs to run its due course. However, it is equally essential to recognise that you are still here and presently able to live a fulfilling life. Honour this blessing by embracing the many opportunities available to you. Initiate this process. It can be helpful to light a candle and hold in your mind's eye what is absent in the presence of your love. Next to the image of your mind's eye, place the part of yourself that has been lost to the past as a consequence. Keep the vision of all that is absent present within. Keep the vision of all that is absent present within the white, loving light of your heart for 4 minutes. During this time, focus on your breath, have your eyes closed, and hold your left hand on your heart. The need to cry may arise during this visualization. If so, good. To cry when we need to is always a good and healthy thing. Allow your tears. We had tears flowing in the last one. The message there was allow the tears to flow, wasn't it? Allow your tears to flow for however long and hard they need to. This is the body's mind and emotions way of relieving, cleansing and healing. Having a plush toy or pillow to hug can be soothing if there's no one safe. Soothing if no one safe is around. Although it might not feel like it at first, trust that there will be an end to your tears if you allow them all to come out. This is the same with grief. Crone's message: true loss and absence are when you lose all of yourself to the past too. True loss and absence are when you lose all of yourself to the past too. Why is she creating now? She shouldn't be. Okay. Yeah, loss is a funny thing actually, isn't it? Because there is no set time for grief. And you don't always know when it's going to start, when it's going to end. And sometimes it just pops up because something in your subconscious. I don't know who that is. Someone in your subconscious kind of pricks the need to release, I guess. Is she going to settle? I might. She's got a need. I might. Always happens, doesn't it? I might just go off, pop her out for a tiddle, and then come back. Yeah. Okay, back at it. What have we got next then? We'll stay on the light theme. So this one's now Rebecca Campbell. Work your light. And yeah, light. I think there's going to be a lot of referencing to light and stuff. Light, frequency, new inventions even. So what have we got? Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change. Yeah. And you can feel it. Can you feel what's not aligned at the moment? I can. So I always have trouble finding these ones. Align your life. Yeah, what is not in alignment in your life at the moment? Align. If I go past it, what does that say? No. Align your life. You hear that a lot, don't you? Alignment. I think it's one of those things that can get overused, really. Because it kind of feels like, align your life. It kind of feels like if you don't align everything, then you're not living a correct life. But sometimes you need to be off alignment to discover stuff. Out of alignment to experience and discover. Anyway, what does it say? Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? What in your life is no longer in alignment with who you truly are? We are not cyclic beings in a constant state of change. We are cyclic beings in a constant state of change. Sorry, I read that wrong. Constant state of change, of evolvement, of growth. Change is one of the only certainties of life. When you resist your cyclic nature, you resist life and feel stuck. Many of us have learned to be the world's, many of us have learned to be who the world wants us to be. Yeah, that's reference back to Ram Dass again. But there comes a time when it is harder to hold on to the facade than it is to embrace who we truly are. Well, I know a lot of people that fits, me included in many ways. There's things that I still do that I could probably let go, to be fair. To surrender to how we have changed and aligned life to that way of being. If you pull this card, you are being called to let go of who you once were, or the things that you once defined, or the things that you once defined yourself by. The job, the relationship, the mask. Drop the mask. The mask you wore, it says, and to embrace who you truly are now. To courageously step into the person that you came here to be in full authenticity, to embrace your weirdness and your uniqueness. It's a nod to where we started, really, isn't it, this card? Perhaps you have outgrown some relationships or circumstances, and it is time to reassess and bring all the paths of your life into alignment so that they are congruent with who you truly are. Work your light inquiry. What in your life is not aligned or needs to change? Is there anything? Do we need a bit of wisdom on that? I think I'm going to go for this. They've got two wisdom cards out. I think it's this one that's calling me. So this one is Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. I shall put it there. So we could all do with a bit of inner wisdom, couldn't we, on stuff like this? What do we need to let go of? What is no longer serving us? Well, eating rubbish food at the supermarket, or spending half your wages on takeaways and going to the pub. I don't know. What would it be for me? Deep knowing. 43, which comes to 7, doesn't it? 43. That one didn't have a number on. So 43, deep knowing. Ooh. Deep knowing. Oh, right, hang on, I've got to get this. We had rather a long interlude. So where did we get to? We were about to do this one. You won't notice this interlude, but I had to go and take a friend's dog to the vets with her because she didn't have a vehicle. So I've been back a little while, and I thought, right, I'm ready to continue this now. So we're now doing Wisdom of the Oracle, Deep Knowing 43. I think we are anyway. 43, let's have a look. 43. Yes, I might need that on. Okay, deep knowing. Intuition. Listening to the oracle within. Empathy. Hypersensitive. The oracle message. Intuition is the faculty that allows you to enter into the dialogue with source, as in source energy. The consciousness that you are a part of, but cannot see, with the naked eye. It's perplexing that people are taught to ignore this natural capacity to navigate their journey, to access their inner guidance. Know that you have an ability to read between the lines and find all truth that was missing when the story was told. This deep knowing allows you to open the door to wisdom far greater than what's available in the limitations of the human experience. You're given information that may make no sense whatsoever to the logical mind or five senses, but which is 100% correct and true. The trick is to listen and then to act accordingly. You're now invited into the sacred dialogue of deep knowing. So tune in and trust your vibes, and they will be right. Ask and you will receive answers from an unusual source. Yeah. Sudden awakening, expanding awareness. Yeah. Okay, so relationship message. There are occasions when you just know deep in your heart, soul, that person is going to play a meaningful role in your life. Yeah, I've had a few of those. Someone crosses your path, and suddenly, out of the blue full moon, you're connected to a level. You're connected at a level impossible to describe. That feeling marks a moment in time etched indelibly into your soul. Someone has entered your life. I talked about this earlier, didn't it? Meeting people. Yeah. Someone has entered your life who will be instrumental in your journey. I feel quite excited. So pay attention. Two hearts are calling to each other to begin an alchemy process. This is also a sign that your intuition about the person that you care about is correct. Trust your heart to lead you now. Magic is about to happen. Prosperity message. I've got one dog out and one in. They've all had their tea, but I think one's going to get FOMO. She could still be in season a bit, so I've made sure that they're separate. So we might get a little bit of protest. The light's gone funny now, isn't it? It's almost smoky behind there. And I look like I'm superimposed. Quite like that. It's meant to be my little interruption, my little interlude. Right, prosperity message. This is a time when your hunches will pay large dividends if you listen to them. And it's talked a lot about listening. Take the risk and act. Within you there is an within you there is an auricular consciousness, a higher and deeper knowing that transcends the machinations. Is that a word? Machinations of the smaller thinking mind. At the deeper level of your intuitive senses, you have an access point to the genius of the collective, the energies of all thinkers and creators, all inventions and leaders, and all that you need in order to leap into success are available to tune into. This is an act of listening intently, past the busy mind, your genius awaits. I bought a book recently, and it's called The Idler, and it's about doing nothing an art form where creative thinking can be allowed to settle. Right, I better get on, otherwise I'm going to run out of time. They're not going to be too patient with me, are they? Protection message. You are in empathy overload and need to get grounded again. I did my grounding earlier. So tune out for a bit. Hypersensitivity, you're suffering from psychic exhaustion. This signals a time for recharging of your batteries. Set energetic boundaries, take a salt bath, empty your mind and get back to you. You can let your guard down. Right now, you need self-care and self-love. It's time to say no thank you to anyone in your life who exhausts you. Won't that feel good? Yeah. Oh yeah. Right, so that's that one. So I did bring water into this. So did I bring one? Yeah, I think we'll do the water card and then we'll do the magic card and then we'll do the tarot. So I did bring water in because I do think there's still a bit of a Neptune element around. I think I discussed that right at the very beginning, didn't I, that Neptune was about. So we've got Water Alchemy Oracle by Alexander Wenman. So let's have a look. Oh, what was there? We have Spray 3. So Spray 3. Okay. Share your delight. Spray is created when water. Actually, I always think that when you think of elements, if you get fire and water together, so the fire signs are Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Leo, and the water signs are Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. Right, so spray under pressure and dispersed to form multiple tiny droplets, a gas, a vapour. Breaking water up into fine mist or spray enables it to reach a much larger surface area. Doing this also allows the amount of water used to be controlled, enhanced and distributed evenly over a surface area for a more prolonged amount of time, so the effect lasts longer. An example of this is the humble garden sprinkler, which keeps plants hydrated and healthy, ongoing. Message: your joy is infectious. When you laugh, you share your happiness with the world and bathe the whole heavenly garden with your beautiful light. About this card: the little boy jumps gleefully through the garden sprinkler, shaped like a bright yellow sunflower. All around him, the garden comes to life as flowers burst into dazzling colour. Oh, I'm going to do the colour cards next. And butterflies breeze by. Against the backdrop of the verdant summer lawn, the joy on his face is palpable. As he jumps, he spreads his arms out wide, revealing a spiralling light radiating from his heart. Light is mixing with the waters that cascade, swirling and crisscrossing up, over and around him. The boy's yellow Wellington boots are an iconic symbol of childhood joy, and even though he is depicted here in the height of summer, the boots serve as a reminder to us that no matter what the weather, we can still choose to sing in the rain and have fun playing in life's muddy puddles. This card serves as a message to allow ourselves to relax into life's simplistic pleasures and remember the exquisite joy of playing and feeling carefree. I'm not going to read any more of that one because I'm now going to do the colour one. So I just feel that colour's quite important at the moment, and I haven't done colour cards for quite some time. Have I got this the right way around? I think so. So this is The Secret Language of Colour Cards by Inna Siegel. Right. Black. 8, 9, 10. Goes to 1, doesn't it? So it adds up to 1. Black. The richness from the dark night. Find richness from the dark night. Well, it won't be that dark because we've got a full moon coming. Well, let's have a look. What number was it? 36. No. 26? 20. Oh, 28, sorry. 28. Yeah, 8, 9, 10. 28. Black. I should be able to read that. Black is the colour of protection, strength and retreat, a gateway to new experiences and a test of strength and resolve. Many people experience the dark night of the soul in order to gain wisdom and emerge from the better on the other side. Black dissolves the old so that you can become the new. We're getting a lot of that at the moment. Receive divine wisdom and the gifts that have been buried deep inside you with the help of the black ray. Dark night of the soul. At some point in life, everybody experiences the dark night of the soul. Give yourself permission to connect to the dark ray so it can guide you to the gifts which lie in the shadows. Visualize yourself in darkness and ask for divine wisdom to show you what you need to learn from the shadow. Receive its gifts to strengthen your faith. Say, Divine Spirit, infuse me with the strength, wisdom and courage to connect to and learn from the shadow aspect of myself. Which kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier about that feeling of duality, or, you know, that there's something else running alongside us. Light, dark. So we might be the nice, brightest, sparkliest little light being, But we have got a shadow side. Everybody's got a shadow side. Everything has got a shadow side. Think about the dark side of the moon that's been visited recently. Okay, the last one I'm going to do today is the moon magic. And this is by, who did was it Anne somebody or other? I think we did this one before. Marie Bruce, that's right. So Moon Magic by Marie Bruce. I sounded like there was something in the bottom of there. I might have to have a look in a little while. That way out. So it's full moon for the collective. So we've got a micro blue full moon in Sagittarius on Sunday, but it's going to be like the weekend, isn't it? Saturday, Sunday, Monday, really. 18 comes as 9, and it's the moon flower. It's got a full moon, adds up to 9. Moon flower, and that actually, I did bring the Herb Crafters Tarot out, so I might read that as well. Actually, each card has led on to another card in the next deck, or the possible next deck. 18, 9, 18. Right, so keywords: blossoming, growth, accomplishment. This is the card of personal growth. We're doing some massive growing at the moment, and it indicates that the time of blossoming is about to begin. It could mean that you take on a new challenge or hobby, or that you become more self-aware, more emotionally intelligent, more resilient. Whatever the external circumstances might be, whatever the catalyst, Moonflower is here to encourage you to open up and show your brightest, boldest colours to the world. Wow. Now is not a time to hide away and stagnate, or stay closed up and tight as a bud. Now is the time to turn your face to the light and drink in that which nourishes you. Yes, growth can be plentiful at times, occasionally coming about through difficulties and life lessons, but have faith that you will be all the better for it. In the meantime, become a little active participant in your personal growth by setting yourself new challenges or goals to achieve. Achievement breeds confidence. Increased confidence leads to a greater achievement. That is how personal growth works. So set your mind to something, expand your skill set, and know that you have the capacity to grow into even more dynamic and accomplished individual. Yeah, green light to go. Definitely green light to go. I love that. Right, let's just do one from the Herb Garden, Herb Crafters, and then I'll do the tarot. And then, my lovelies, that will be the reading for the 31st of May. 31st of May. Dogs have gone quiet. I hope the collie stayed in the garden, hasn't cleared off. I don't think she will. There's too much for her to look and see at the moment, so she'll be guarding my chickens or the horses or something. As you know, with collies, nothing keeps them in, so if she wanted to clear off, she could do anyway. Let's not talk that up. Feathers, 6 of air, cattails. Cattails are like bulrushes, aren't they? But look at the feathers in a pot. Look what I've got to get this now. And we are we not? We are in air. Yeah, there you go. So we've got feathers as well now. I love my feathers. That's special. That's a guinea fowl feather, rook feathers, and I think, I'm not sure, but I think that's a buzzard feather. Yeah, I love my feathers. Right, so There isn't a number apart from 6 of air. Let's put that up here. 6 of air. I think these go in 4 of air. 4 of fire. Oh, right, so I need to find 6, 9, 7, 6 of water. What's on that page? Where is it then? 7. 6 of water, 6 of earth. 6 of air, cattail. Let's move these over. So, what does it say? Question. Question your assumptions. Gain clarity through articulating your visions in writing. Support others in setting intention for change. A table in the afternoon sun is covered with sheets of handmade paper for writing. Prayer petitions with friends. Cattails grow along the border of a nearby marsh. Crow, owl, heron feathers are gathered in a glass. A jar of walnut ink is open, ready to document devotions. Clarity can be found in the mire. Cattail, it's going back to that again, is it? The idling, it's going back to idling again. Cattail, often seen as invasive, creates a stronger ecosystem by cleaning and purifying an area, making it more habitable for life. Open yourself up to new ways to pray. Ask for help from your community when you need it. Adjust your expectation and challenge your current way of thinking. As cattail seeds are carried by the wind, trust spirit to carry your visions toward a greater good. Cattail is sometimes called the supermarket of the wild for many uses. As food, shelter, clothing, fuel, medicine, it can be the resource for the spirit. Look for the myriad of ways to be of service to the needs of others. Crafting with the 6 of air. Learn to make botanical paper from cattails and use it for journal writing or even spell work, actually. Write a single petition to a holy helper and burn the paper, letting your prayers rise to heaven. Do that in a controlled place if you do that. We don't want any wildfires at the moment, do we? Gather friends on a new moon and support each other in setting new intentions. Good. Okay, so the last one then will be the tarot. I've got itchy nose. That means an argument, doesn't it? Who am I going to have an argument with? Didn't it say to not do that? It's piping up again. There's a collie's on the move. Right. Can't see much. Everybody else is nice and quiet. I think they've really enjoyed having a cooler day today. Oh, we've been given one. Oh, the star. Dun, dun, dun. We finished with the star. I love this card. Okay. That came out for me, actually. I did my own reading this week and I got the star. So, and it was given, it dropped out of the deck. So let's see what it says. Probably do it off by heart, to be fair. We'll just do the meaning. It's upright. So, this is a time that you're experiencing optimism and self-confidence. After this reading, yes. You feel good about yourself and the place in the universe, your place in the universe. You have arrived at a positive place for which you have been preparing yourself. You are receiving assistance both from the invisible world as well as the material world. Good things are in the offering: money, possessions, love, recognition and assistance, because you are flowing with energy of the universe. You must trust life's process, and you are setting new goals for the future. Or you trust life's process and you're setting new goals for the future. New opportunities in your career and relationships are opening. There we go. That's it. That's it for the 31st of May, which is this weekend. I'm not recording this on the moon. I'm going to put it up though. I'll put it up on YouTube, Soul Whispers. Look at the sun coming through the window. Look at this. Oh, it's lolly. Yeah, so let the sun shine bright on you for this blue micro full moon in Sagittarius. Just let it all go, folks. Let it go before the full moon. Trust Venus and Saturn's dance, and level up for a new life. Tomorrow, 28th, expect to unmask and have people's masks fall off. And then also, you're going to have sudden awakening feelings, and unexplained awareness to stuff. I'm going to be, look, I'm disappearing in the light. This is a bit sublime now, isn't it? And pay attention to your core, physical and metaphorical, and accept and honour new perspectives in life. And I think the cards reflected that. Look, I'm going to go because I'm actually being phased out by this glorious sun that's coming through. Anyway, happy full moon, and don't forget to shine your light, literally.